Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the 9 p.m. news of the most prestigious channel in Sri Lanka, bringing news stories from across the globe and stories here at home. I'm Sonal Paranavithana. And
I'm Kasani Balachandra Adhikari. We start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
With the decentralization of services, medical aid applications received by the President's Fund increased by 59%. Over 70% have already been granted medical assistance. Beach Seine fishing community has been requested not to use machinery which could cause harm to the environment. Sacred relics exposition enters 4th day. Special train services for devotees until the 10th of this month. 300,000 foreign tourists to Sri Lanka up to now this year. All trade unions agree to the digitalization and modernization program aimed at increasing excise revenue. Measures to enhance country's paddy production in the next 3 years. Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi in the forefront in Japan's general election. T20 World Cup match between Sri Lanka and Ireland ongoing.
We move on to those and other stories in detail in your top local story tonight. The decentralization and digitalization of the President's Fund through Divisional Secretariat officers has led to a 59% increase in medical aid applications. Notably, over 70% of applicants have already been granted medical assistance. The process of accepting applications for medical aid from the President's Fund via all divisional secretariats island-wide commenced on 7th February 2025. In the previous year, the President's Fund received 5,277 applications compared to 2,313 applications in 2024 and 3,456 in 2023. Accordingly, the number of applications received in 2025 increased by 1,964 compared to 2024. Last year, application submissions from the Northern Province grew by 253%, while the Eastern Province has recorded a 135% increase. Applications from the Central Province rose by 116% and the Over Province recorded a 108% growth. Online access has now been provided for all services facilitated by the President's Fund, including poverty alleviation subsidies, educational scholarships and recognition of high-achieving students, assistance for persons with special needs, relief grants for children affected by wild elephant encounters, recognition of individuals who have rendered national service, and subsidies for accidents and emergency disasters.
The Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources is urging the entire Beach Seine fishing community to engage in traditional fishing practices in accordance with the existing legal framework without causing harm to the environment through the use of machinery. Director General of the department, Susantha Kahavatta, made this request considering the environmental damage caused to the respective marine areas by the use of mechanical equipment. Beach Seine is a traditional industry regulated under the Beach Seine Regulations of 1984 as published in the Gazette on the 21st February 1985. Currently, between 850 and 900 beach seines are registered in Sri Lanka, though only approximately 750 remain operational. According to these regulations, beach seine fishing is defined as a method that must be carried out exclusively using manual human labor. These laws were enacted considering the severe adverse impacts that the use of machinery in this industry has on the coastal protection environment and other fishing communities. Commenting on the protests emerging in certain areas against the ban on tractors and winch machines, the Director General of the department stated that mechanized fishing must be avoided due to factors including the destruction of the seabed, coastal erosion and the disruption caused to small-scale fishermen. Meanwhile, the Minister of Fisheries, Aquatic and Ocean Resources, Ramalingam Chandrasekhar, told the media that small-scale fishermen are being put at risk to satisfy the ambitions of a group of businessmen posing as fishermen. Minister Ramalingam Chandrasekhar said that in 2016, a discussion regarding the beach seine fishing industry took place between former ministers Mahinda Amaravira and Dilip Vidarachi. At that time, a temporary authorization was granted through an informal note rather than a formal legal process to allow the use of winches and tractors in this traditional fishing method. However, the minister noted that the beach seine industry has since shifted from a community-based livelihood for local fishermen into a commercial venture dominated by a small group of businessmen. He emphasized that the government is committed to ensuring that the local fishing community is not exploited or sacrificed for the benefit of these business interests. Consequently, he has called for a reassessment of these practices to protect the rights of the livelihoods of the traditional fishermen. Earlier today, a group of traditional beach seine fishermen in the Mundalama, Toduava and Paniadia engaged in a protest against the use of tractors and winch machines by certain fishermen. Disabled war heroes today had the opportunity to venerate the sacred relics of Lord Buddha brought from Devnimori, India at the Gangarama Vihare, Colombo.
The occasion has been organised led by Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, Air Vice Marshal Sampath Tuyakunta. The disabled war heroes attended Gangarama Vihara in the morning today and received the blessings of the sacred relics of Lord Buddha from the Devnimori. Minister Dr. Hinidum Sunil Senevi also joined the occasion. The Sunil Senevi observed that an exceptionally large number of devotees, including a significant number of military personnel, have gathered this weekend to pay their respects to the sacred relics. He encouraged everyone to participate in this rare opportunity and to cherish the occasion as a lifelong memory. Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, retired Air Vice Marshal Sampath Tuyakunta confirmed that the ministry has provided its full support for the organisation of the sacred relic exposition. He noted that the ministry's involvement includes overseeing security arrangements and managing various administrative tasks to ensure the smooth conduct of the event. A large number of devotees visited Hunupitiya Gangarama Vihara, Colombo today also to venerate sacred relics of Lord Buddha brought from Devnimori in India.
And the devotees will be able to venerate the relics until the 11th of this month. Several rounds of special train journeys have been deployed for the benefit of the general public arriving in Colombo to venerate the Devnimori sacred relics. These trains are in addition to the normal train services. These sacred relics of Lord Buddha, which arrived in Sri Lanka on the 4th of this month from Gujarat province of India, are presently enshrined at the Gangarama temple in Hunupitiya, Colombo. The nation has been blessed with the unique opportunity to pay homage to the Devnimori relics for the first time. Large crowds of devotees are currently visiting the Gangarama temple to witness and worship the relics. To accommodate the influx of pilgrims, the Gangarama temple has organized essential facilities including security and safety measures, sanitary and medical assistance, and drinking water and food stores. Today marks the 4th day of the exposition, and there are 3 more days remaining for devotees to visit and pay their respects. The Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation is committed to its national responsibility by providing continuous updates on the Devnimori Sacred Relics Exposition through its news broadcasts.
Several rounds of special train journeys have been deployed for the benefit of the general public arriving Colombo to venerate the Devnimuri's sacred relics. These trains are in addition to the normal train service. Accordingly, devotees arriving to worship the sacred relics are being accorded special trains from Avisavella, Rabukkana and Alutkama to Colombo Fort. The Sri Lanka Railway Service informs that return journeys from Colombo Fort to these destinations are also being provided until the 10th of February.
Mahaveli ownership. 3 vehicle accidents occurred on the Southern Expressway in the afternoon yesterday within 30 minutes and the distance of about 600 meters. These accidents have occurred in the Kottava-Kahathurua section of the Southern Expressway. According to police, a lorry, a bus, 4 luxury motor cars have been damaged during the accidents. A lorry transporting vegetables from Damulla to Ahankama overturned in the middle of the road when a rear tire of the lorry was punctured. The road towards Mathara on the highway was completely blocked due to the accident. Our correspondent reported that a private bus plying from Kadawathu to Panadura collided onto the rear of the motor car travelling ahead of it. Due to the traffic congestion created, 3 motor vehicles travelling towards Mathara collided into each other. No loss of lives have been reported during the concerned accident. A lorry overturned into the bank of Van Alagiritale in the early morning today at area Dahase Hamara Min area on the Polonnaruwa Colombo main road. It was carrying equipment for construction of bridges and was travelling from Colombo to Batiklo when it confronted the ill-fated accident. According to the police, it could have fallen into the Varnella had it dragged for another 25 feet. It is being suspected that the accident occurred when the driver of the lorry fell asleep. A youth died when a van and a motorcycle collided each other in the afternoon yesterday at Rantobe on the Colombo-Galle main road. The accident occurred when the motorcyclist lost control, although the van was following its proper lane. 2 youths had travelled on the motorcycle and the other injured youth has been admitted to the Balapitiya Base Hospital.
Mahaveli ownership permits have been presented to 226 settlers in the Mahaveli H zone yesterday. Minister Dr. Susil Ranasinghe has presided over the event in Musalpitiya village in Tambuttegama. The program has been organized under the theme of Thriving Country, Beautiful Life in parallel to the Himikama national program to provide 2,000 Mahaveli ownership permits. The event was attended by divisional managers and officials of the Mahaveli Authority. Minister Dr. Susil Ranasinghe said that despite significant issues such as poor road conditions, inadequate hospital facilities and school-related problems in areas like Musalpitiya, Tambuttegama and Nallachia, which include the President's own village, the government cannot focus solely on developing one specific region while neglecting the rest of the country. He also emphasized that it would be unfair to the general public to transform the President's village into a super city while other areas continue to struggle. According to the minister, the government's immediate priority was not localized development but the stabilization of the national economy, a goal they have successfully achieved. He recalled how critics initially doubted the administration's capability, citing their lack of prior governing experience and international connections. However, following victories in the September 2024 presidential election and the November general election, the government quickly moved to stabilize and systematically organize the economy.
The number of tourists visited the island so far since the start of this year has exceeded 300,000. According to Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, 300,000 and 17,381 foreign tourists arrived in the country from the 1st of January to the 4th of February. Most tourists out of them had been Indian nationals and the number is 57,348, 34,724 British nationals and 30,951 Russian nationals, 20,272 German nationals and 16,315 Chinese nationals were among the foreign tourists who visited the country. In addition, a large number of tourists have arrived from France, Australia, the Netherlands and other countries. In a special feature, 40,054 foreign tourists arrived in the island during the first 4 days of the month of February. A large number of local and foreign tourists are visiting Kanneli Forest Reserve, a unique forest in this country, these days.
Russian. I'm from Moscow, he from Belarus, and we're first time here, and I think this is so nice place. We come back.
It's really wonderful place, very beautiful nature, and a lot of animals. We've seen really nice walk here.
Yes, very big and beautiful waterfall. I like it. It's great. It's a great place.
We take a look at more local stories after this short break.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Moving on with more local stories for tonight, all trade unions have expressed their agreement to the digitalization and modernization program aimed at increasing excise revenue collection.
Now, this consensus was reached at a discussion held recently at the Presidential Secretariat. The discussion was attended by officials of the Excise Department, representatives of trade unions, the Revenue Administration Reform and Modernization Bureau, and Secretary to the President Dr. Nandika Sanath Kumar Nayaka. The primary objective of the discussion was to enhance revenue collection by improving efficiency within the Excise Department. Extensive deliberations were held on the digitalization process, new reforms and modernization initiatives proposed for this purpose. Attention was also focused on improving efficiency through digitalization, human resource development, and the welfare of officers. Director General of Excise Department MBNA Premaratna, along with senior officials of the Excise Department and representatives of all trade unions within the department, has participated in the discussion.
A special discussion to access post-disaster requirements was held at the Ministry of Defence recently. A group of senior officials representing main institutions for this purpose also joined the discussion. The post-requirement assessment process is being implemented by the Disaster Management Centre with the cooperation of National Planning Development or Department and other national and international development partners. This process includes the proper collection, analysing and assessment of basic post-disaster requirements arisen due to the effect of Cyclone Ditwa in all areas affected by the disaster situation according to a definite time frame. The discussion has been called to present concerned data and to raise awareness in this regard, as well as to access post-disaster requirements due to Cyclone Ditwa. The Deputy Minister of Defence, retired Major General Arunajaya Sekara, participating in the discussion, stated that the post-disaster requirement assessment process is being conducted to develop a strong recovery procedure under the Rebuilding Sri Lanka programme. The allowance for rented houses where 87 families were totally affected in Kegol Divisional Secretariat Division was awarded yesterday. A sum of 2,075,000 rupees has been spent for 87 families, 25,000 rupees each, under the leadership of parliamentarian Sagarika Kankani Atauda at the Kegol Divisional Secretariat office.
Deputy Minister T.B. Sarath says that a transformative change in agriculture will be carried out which suits the world requirements. He further points out that the country's paddy production will also be increased by 1.5 metric tons within the next 3 years. The Deputy Minister has made these remarks at the occasion of the commencement of registration of data of farmers in the Polonnaruwa district in the website farmernet.lk yesterday. The program was organised in Monarathanda, which comes under the purview of Sevagama Agrarian Division in Polonnaruwa. Officials of the Regional Agrarian Services and farmers have attended the event. Deputy Minister T.B. Sarath said that the government is utilising the web portal to meticulously track the cultivation of various rice varieties including Nadu, Samba and Kiri Samba. By maintaining a comprehensive registry of the crops, the government can precisely determine the national requirement for each variety. For instance, if the national demand for Nadu rice is 50,000 hectares, it monitors current production levels, and if 60,000 hectares are already cultivated, further production is halted, whereas if only 45,000 hectares are sown, additional cultivation is encouraged. This data-driven approach allows to exercise a market control starting directly at the production level. More
local news items in brief now. A person who robbed motorcycles from various areas of the island from a long time has been taken into custody along with 8 motorcycles and a grass-cutting machine by the Pandala police. The suspect is said to be a 39-year-old resident of Bovatta area, Yakwila Pandala. According to the police, he had robbed motorcycles from various areas of the island in an extremely planned manner and had sold them to various persons at a very low price. The Mulagala Pradesh Sabha had received the permission of the Geology and Mining Bureau to maintain the Madur oil mining project in an environmentally friendly manner. It has been maintained in a manner causing damage to the environment by a private institution previously. According to the Mulagala Pradesh Sabha, the project will provide 100 direct employment opportunities. Parliamentarian Sunil Ratnasiri and a group of others joined the inaugural function of the project. An elephant calf has been found dead at the preschool of D9 Nyaya Moravava in Trincomalee, which had consumed food with hakkabatas. Wildlife officials said that the elephant calf of about 8 years of age had consumed hakkabatas kept by a hunter. The Theru festival of Arulmigu Sri Muthukumari Amman Pattini Devalaya Matale will be taken out in procession on the 2nd and 3rd of next month. Cup planting ceremony prior to it was held at the Devalaya premises in the morning today with the participation of Deputy Minister Gamagedara Disanayaka. It is being considered as the most prominent Theru festival in the island. Rumira Piyasiri, a Sri Lankan student, won a bronze medal at the Young Chef Olympia 2026 held in Kolkata, India. Contestants from 50 countries had participated in the contest, and this has been the first time where a Sri Lankan was able to win a medal. Family members and a group of others were present at the Katunayake International Airport to welcome him. We move on with foreign news after this short break.
And in your foreign news tonight, voting has ended in Japan's snap election called by Prime Minister Seine with exit polls pointing to a decisive win for her Liberal Democrat Party.
The country's first female Prime Minister is seeking a clear public mandate just 4 months after becoming the party leader. Japan's conservative governing party is on course to strengthen its grip on power after exit polls predicted a landslide victory in today's lower house elections. The Liberal Democratic Party was projected to win between 274 and 328 seats out of a total of 465. According to an exit poll by the public broadcaster NHK, well above the 233 needed to regain the majority. Combined with the seats it secured by its junior coalition partner, the Japan Innovation Party, the parties could win between 302 and 366 seats, foreign reports have added. The elections for the lower house of Japan's parliament, held on a freezing day when many parts of the country were again hit by heavy snow, will be seen as an early public endorsement of the new Prime Minister Takaichi, who called for the snap election soon after becoming the Japan's first female Prime Minister last autumn, had vowed to resign if her coalition failed to secure a simple majority. The rising cost of living has taken center stage in the election. The issue is voters' main concern, with prices rising while real wage growth lags behind inflation, leaving households worse off. Japan also faces long-standing problems with sluggish economic growth.
Polls opened in the second round of Portugal's elections, viewed as a high-stakes choice between the socialists and a resurgent far-right. Voting began this morning for the presidential election, with 11 million voters eligible to cast their ballots. Voters are set to choose between the Socialist Party leader Antonio José Seguero and André Ventura, leader of the Nationalist Party Chega, which means enough in Portuguese. The election is the first to go to a runoff in 40 years after no candidate managed to secure a majority of 50% in the first round of votes held in January. Seguero secured 31.1% of the vote in the first round, while outspoken far-right leader Ventura won 23.5%. While Ventura is almost certain to be beaten by Seguero, the far-right score will be watched closely. Meanwhile, polls have closed in Thailand after a closely watched general election, which is often seen as a three-way race among competing visions of progressive, populist and old-fashioned patronage politics. The battle for support from 53 million registered voters comes against a backdrop of slow economic growth and heightened nationalist sentiment. While more than 50 parties are contesting the polls, only three, the People's Party, Bumjaitai and Pheu Thai, have the nationwide organisation and popularity to gain a winning mandate. A simple majority of 500 elected lawmakers select the next Prime Minister.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that the United States is seeking to end the Russia-Ukraine conflict by June. He suggested that the proposed deadline is associated with the start of the US Congress election campaign. President Zelensky said there are 4 documents that will form the basis of security guarantees for Ukraine after the end of the hostilities. He said the documents include a security guarantees agreement between Ukraine and the United States, an agreement on the creation of the coalition of the willing, a document on the prospects for Ukraine's membership in the European Union, and a short framework document that links the other 3. President Zelensky also said that the United States has proposed holding the next round of trilateral talks between the US, Ukraine and Russia in the United States, possibly within a week in Miami, and that Ukraine has confirmed its participation.
And in your sports news tonight, the match between Sri Lanka and Ireland in the T20 Cricket World Cup is now in progress at R. Premadas International Cricket Stadium in Colombo.
Batting first, Sri Lanka scored 163 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. Ireland, after winning the toss, decided to field first. Accordingly, Kusal Mendis scored 56 runs, while Kaminu Mendis scored 44 runs for the Sri Lankan innings.
From the shadows of the night, we ignite, we take flight. Every heartbeat shining bright as the working.
Oh, pace off. This should be taken. Wicket number 1. Well.
Another match of the tournament was played in Chennai today between Afghanistan and New Zealand. Batting first, Afghanistan posted a total of 182 runs for 6 wickets in 20 overs. Gulabdin Naib scored 63 runs. In reply, New Zealand won the match, scoring 183 runs, losing 5 wickets in 17.5 overs. Tim Seifert scored 65, while Glenn Phillips scored 42 runs. The match between Nepal and England was played at the Wankhede Cricket Stadium in Mumbai. Batting first, England scored 184 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Jacob Bethel scored 55 runs, while the captain Harry Brooks scored 53. In reply, Nepal provided a sharp contest to the England team, but were able to score only 180 runs for in their 20 overs. Accordingly, England won the match by 4 runs. Deependra Singh scored 44, while Lokesh Bum contributed with 39 runs. In bowling, Liam Dawson captured 2 wickets. More matches of the tournament will be played tomorrow. Italy will play against Scotland at Eden Gardens, Kolkata. The match will start at 11 a.m. The match between Oman and Zimbabwe will commence at 3 p.m. at the SSC Grounds, Colombo. At 7 p.m, where Canada will take on South Africa at Ahmedabad. And with that, we wind up tonight's main news telecast from the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. Until we see you again, have a good night. It's me, Sonal, alongside Kasuni, wishing you a very good night.
Good night.